I'm joined by U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent. It's a great pleasure to have you here.
Joe, good to see you, Joe.
Welcome to Davos.
It's great to be here with you.
You've been before. We've all been before. We're okay here. We like it after a while, right? It's okay. We don't turn into total globalists, but we understand it's important to be here.
Yeah, well, it's good fresh air, Joe.
And we have a great view. Before the president departed yesterday, his intention is to talk about the United States and the position of the United States in the global economy based on the last year and a half or whatever it is. And we're going to do that, but Greenland might have gotten in the way a little bit. What do you think about the comments, just the most recent ones about Norway? I can interpret them if you can. I can understand what he meant.
Well, which comment? Because I think what the president wants to talk about, what I want to talk about, is that this is the one-year anniversary of the president taking office. We have the strongest economy in the world. We have the strongest military in the world. And the U.S. is back, and this is what U.S. leadership looks like.
Before the president ever rests on his laurels, and many times he's moving on to the next thing. And what I was leading to is I don't think it's a quid pro quo with Norway. I think he's saying, look, I've had 8 peace deals. I've settled them all through peace. This is essential for security for both the world, for the United States, for Greenland, for Denmark, for Europe. And one way or another, we got to get to where we're going. And I think that was what his point was. Do you agree with that?
100%. 100%. I think it's a complete canard, and if there's any kind of equivalence with the Nobel Prize. This has been on the president's mind since his first term. It's been on the presidential mind for 150, 160 years. The U.S. has been trying to acquire Greenland. This is not something new, Joe.
And things like this happen all the time. It's happening right now with Diego Garcia and Mauritius and the UK. Territories change. And Denmark is not really in a position to defend Greenland. We fund NATO, most of NATO, so we're already defending it.
So, Joe, since 1980, the U.S. has spent $22 trillion more on defense than the rest of NATO has. $22 trillion. That is approximately 2/3 of our outstanding government debt. So while the Europeans were building schools, having health care, we have been defending the world, and I think the president believes they should be paying their fair share, and he is trying to get in front of this. He's trying to get in front of it because Greenland is strategically important. It's strategically important for his Golden Dome project to protect the U.S., and he's invited Canada into that if they want to pay their share. And it is important that the U.S. has control of Greenland, and that will stop any kind of a kinetic war. So why not preempt the problem before it starts?
And likely, in your view, it would end in some type of diplomatic event, not something more serious. I think that's the worst case scenario. The president always talks on the front end, shock and awe, I think, and doesn't take anything off the table, working on the negotiations on the back end, or as a prelude to that.
Well, look, I think the president should take everyone should take the president at his word. And I think the other thing, too, is just like with Liberation Day last year, not you, Joe, but the media has gone into hysterics. The Europeans are going to sell their U.S. assets. The U.S. is not a reliable partner. U.S. is a reliable partner. I can tell you, I hosted at Treasury last Monday a critical mineral summit to try to get the rest of the world to move with the speed that the U.S. is to avoid this chokehold that China has on critical minerals. So we had our G7 partners, Mexico, India, South Korea, and Australia there, and this is what U.S. leadership looks like, Joe.
There will be talk over here, no doubt, and I'm looking forward to the president's speech tomorrow about how this happens. And there's 10% tariffs on February 1st. There's possible retaliation with a coercion principle that you would, at this point, urge the Europeans not to go that route, or at least for things to just cool off a little bit and try to do this through dialogue.
Well, having worked with the Europeans, my guess is their next move will be to form a working group, the dreaded European working group that
We've seen a lot of working groups over the decades.
We've seen a lot of working groups.
It's hard to make decisions in Europe. It is, and sometimes.
Well, Joe, 4 years into the Ukraine war, they're still buying Ukraine energy. They are buying refined products from India made from Russian oil. So 4 years in, the Europeans are still financing the war against themselves.
All right. Let's talk about...
But Joe, what I do want to say is, same thing that I said after Liberation Day on April 2nd, everyone take a deep breath, do not escalate, and President Trump has a strategy here, hear him out, and then everything will be fine.
When I hear people say the U.S. is in dire straits, there's chaos, et cetera, I just list about 5 or 6 things. Okay, stock market, new highs almost every week. I don't know about today because there's a lot of tumult around what we were just talking about. GDP, multi-year highs. Unemployment, basically we're at full employment. Inflation 2.7%, you could, depending on what you talk about, or down from as high as 9%. Southern border is secure. Trade deals all around the world. Trillions of dollars of investment flowing here. I was asked, where's the rub? Why so sad?
Again, I think the President's had an incredible year. He's done peace deals, trade deals, and tax deals. We have the one big, beautiful bill done on July 4th. On the corporate side, full expensing for equipment, for factories, for farm structures, for working Americans, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, deductibility of American-made cars. We're going to see record tax refunds. I'm also the IRS commissioner. I can tell you we're going to see record tax refunds coming out in the 4th quarter for working Americans. We've had a CapEx boom, up 12%. History will tell you CapEx boom always follows an employment boom.